At this very moment, something extraordinary is happening 150 million kilometers away. Today, the 29th of October 2025, exactly at 7:47 a.m. Eastern Time, an interstellar object the size of a small city reached its closest point to the Sunday. Its surface is being bombarded by 770 watts of solar radiation per square meter. If it is a natural comet, it could be fragmenting right now in an invisible cosmic spectacle. If it is something else, it could be executing maneuvers never before witnessed. But there is a critical problem. At the most important moment of its passage through our solar system, the object is completely hidden behind the sun, invisible to all our ground-based telescopes. We do not know what is happening to 3I Atlas right now, and that uncertainty is driving scientists around the world crazy. Atlas is not an ordinary visitor. It is the third confirmed interstellar object in the history of astronomy, but it has quickly become the most puzzling of all. To understand its true magnitude, we need context. Oumuamua, the first interstellar visitor detected in 2017, was an elongated object of just about 400 meters. The second, 2I, Borisov, discovered in 2019, was a relatively normal comet, approximately 1 kilometer in size. Atlas makes them seem insignificant. With an estimated minimum diameter of 5 kilometers, this object is 1,000,000 times more massive than Oumuamua and 1,000 times larger than Borisov. Even our most powerful rocket, SpaceX's Starship, is 100 times smaller than this interstellar giant. We are talking about something comparable in size to a mountain passing through the solar system at dizzying speeds. But size is only the beginning of the enigma. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb has rated Atlas with a score of 4 on his Lobo scale, where 0 definitely indicates natural and 10 definitely indicates technological. This rating is neither arbitrary nor speculative. It is based on 8 statistically impossible anomalies that, when analyzed together, challenge any explanation based on known natural processes. The first anomaly speaks to a disturbing precision. Atlas's trajectory is aligned within just 5 degrees of the plane of the ecliptic, that imaginary disk where all the planets of our solar system orbit. For an object originating from deep interstellar space, where directions should be completely random, this alignment has a mere 0.2% probability. It's as if someone had thrown an arrow from another galaxy and hit the center of a target they shouldn't even know. Natural objects expelled from other star systems have no reason to align with the orbital architecture of a foreign solar system. This precision is extraordinary and difficult to explain through natural processes. The second anomaly directly challenges the physical laws we know. During July and August 2025, Atlas exhibited a jet of material directed towards the sun, a behavior of anti-tail never observed in natural comets. This violates a fundamental principle of cometary physics. Comets always develop tails pointing away from the sun due to the pressure of solar radiation and solar wind. It is a law as reliable as gravity itself. Atlas did exactly the opposite, creating a jet pointing directly towards our star. This behavior suggests some form of active propulsion or internal mechanism that completely contradicts known natural processes. There is no conventional explanation for this phenomenon. The third anomaly challenges the dynamic rules of interstellar space. Atlas is simultaneously much more massive and much faster than other known interstellar objects. The probability of this combination is less than 0.1%. In deep space, larger objects usually move slower due to the gravitational dynamics of their regions of origin. Massive objects require more energy to reach escape velocities from their stellar systems. Atlas spectacularly breaks this rule, being both gigantic and swift. This specific combination of characteristics suggests a non-natural origin, or some kind of propulsion that we are not considering. And then there is the fourth anomaly, perhaps the most troubling of all. The synchronization of Atlas's passage is perfect. Its trajectory will bring it close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter in an almost impossible sequence, while remaining completely invisible from Earth during its perihelion, the most critical moment for observation. The probability of this happening by chance is 0.005%, that is, 0.005%. This temporal precision for a series of planetary encounters is mathematically almost impossible for a natural object simply passing through. It's as if the object had planned a reconnaissance route that maximized approaches to different types of planets while minimizing detection from Earth. Too convenient to be a coincidence, but the anomalies do not end with its trajectory. The fifth anomaly relates to its chemical composition, and here things become truly strange. Atlas's gaseous plume contains much more nickel than iron, a ratio similar to industrial alloys artificially produced on Earth. In cosmic nature, iron is much more abundant than nickel. This inverted ratio has less than a 1% probability of occurring naturally. Moreover, the nickel-cyanide ratio is several orders of magnitude higher than any known comet, including 2I, Borisov. This chemical composition is characteristic of processed or refined materials, not the random mixture we would expect from objects formed naturally in protoplanetary disks. The sixth anomaly questions the very definition of a comet. Atlas contains only 4% water by mass, dramatically contrasting with typical comets which are composed of 80 to 90% water ice. Comets are fundamentally dirty snowballs, that is their essential nature. Atlas challenges this basic definition by being almost completely devoid of the most fundamental component of comets. This extremely dry composition is more consistent with metallic asteroids or, potentially, artificial structures. No known natural comet has so little water. The seventh anomaly is an unprecedented optical signature. Atlas showed an extreme negative polarization of the reflected light, something never before observed in all known comets, not even in 2I Borisov from interstellar space. The polarization of light reveals fundamental surface properties of any object. This unique feature suggests a surface or structure completely different from any natural cometary material we have studied. It is as if Atlas's surface is made of something that does not fit into our catalog of natural cosmic materials. And finally, the eighth anomaly connects Atlas with one of the greatest mysteries in history. The object comes from a direction in space that aligns with the famous WOW signal with an accuracy of 9 degrees. The probability of this coincidence is 0.6%. The WOW signal, detected in 1977 by the Big Ear radio telescope, remains the most mysterious and potentially artificial radio transmission ever recorded. For 72 seconds, we received a signal so powerful and unusual that astronomer Jerry Amon wrote, "Wow," in the margin of the printed paper. It was never repeated, never explained. Atlas arriving from that same region of the sky is not just intriguing, it is statistically significant. We are facing a possible connection between two of the greatest enigmas of modern astronomy, separated by almost 50 years. Now let's multiply all these probabilities. When we take each of these small probabilities and combine them, the cumulative likelihood that all these anomalies occur simultaneously in a natural way is less than 1 in 10 quadrillion. To put this number into perspective, that is a 1 followed by 16 zeros. It is an astronomically small number that defies any explanation based on coincidence or chance. It is statistically more probable to win the national lottery multiple times in a row than to find a natural object with all these characteristics. And this is where scientific frustration reaches its peak. Avi Loeb calculated a fascinating missed opportunity. If Earth had been on the opposite side of its orbit, where we were 6 months ago, or where we will be in 6 months, we could have mapped Atlas with radar systems. In that hypothetical position, the object would have passed just 54 million kilometers from our planet. At that distance, our most powerful radar systems could have detected, photographed, and analyzed it in 3-dimensional detail. During its 16.2-hour rotation, we would have captured multiple images from different angles, building a complete 3D model of its shape and structure. We would have obtained direct measurements of its actual size, its density, its surface composition. Unfortunately, the reality is very different. Even at the closest approach to Earth, scheduled for the 19th of December 2025, Atlas will be 269 million kilometers away. At that distance, radar detection is completely unfeasible with our current technology. We are both so close and so far at the same time. However, not all is lost. Following the revelations about Atlas's anomalies, the global scientific community has mobilized in an unprecedented manner. Radio observers from around the world are conducting continuous monitoring 24 hours a day. Different facilities across various time zones are coordinating to maintain constant surveillance. There is even political participation. Congresswoman Ana Paulina Luna is actively collaborating to declassify and publish the classified images obtained by the HiRISE system on the 2nd of October 2025 to the international scientific community. These images could contain crucial information about the nature of the object. Scientists are looking for specific technological signatures. If Atlas performs deliberate maneuvers that change its trajectory in a controlled manner, we will know with certainty that it is of artificial origin. If it releases mini-probes or secondary satellites, it will be definitive evidence of technology. If it emits radio transmissions, especially on unnatural frequencies or with organized patterns, it will confirm intelligence behind its design. Other signals include artificial lights that do not correspond to solar reflection or excess heat, suggesting the presence of internal engines or reactors. Any of these observations would fundamentally change our understanding of the universe and our place in it. But there is also the natural scenario. If Atlas is truly a comet with unusual but natural composition, the intense heating it is currently experiencing at its perihelion could be fragmenting it. The radiation of 770 watts per square meter can create extreme thermal stresses in fragile materials. We might witness cosmic fireworks, a massive plume of gas and dust dispersing fragments, a dramatic increase in its brightness. When it finally emerges from behind the sun in the coming days, we might find that Atlas has completely transformed, divided into multiple smaller pieces, each leaving its own bright trail. The implications are monumental regardless of the outcome. As Loeb emphasizes, we need to gather as much data as possible to discover the nature of this anomalous object. If Atlas is technological, its creators possess capabilities that are decades, perhaps centuries or millennia beyond our current technologies. The ability to send a 5-kilometer object through interstellar space with the precision required to conduct multiple planetary encounters demands a level of engineering that we can barely imagine. We are talking about a civilization with mastery of space-time, propulsion, and galactic navigation that would make us seem primitive in comparison. We are living through a historic moment. In the coming weeks and months, as Atlas completes its journey through the inner solar system and approaches Earth on December 19, every observation will be critical. Each piece of data collected could be the key that finally solves the mystery. Are we witnessing the greatest discovery in human history, the confirmation that we are not alone in the universe? Or are we witnessing a natural phenomenon so rare and extreme that it expands the boundaries of what we believed possible in cosmic nature? The answer is out there, hidden behind the sun at this very moment. Atlas guards its secrets jealously, but the universe always ends up revealing the truth to those who have the patience and the tools to find it. And we are searching,